Page 441, writing skill, 10 marks. Paragraph writing, story writing. Page 442, paragraph writing. A paragraph is, quote, a distinct section of a piece of writing, comma, beginning on a new, comma, usually indented line, unquote. Oxford English Reference Dictionary. Thus, a paragraph is a piece of writing that consists of several sentences that present and develop one main idea, theme, or subject. একটি অনুচ্ছেদ হলো কতগুলি বাক্যের সমন্বিত রূপ যা একটি সুনির্দিষ্ট বিভাগে থাকে এবং যা সাধারণত শুরু হয় প্রথম পংক্তির পূর্বে ফাঁকা জায়গা রেখে। কতগুলি বাক্যের সমন্বয়ে গঠিত একটি অনুচ্ছেদ হলো লেখার একটি নিদর্শন যেখানে বাক্যগুলি একটি মাত্র মূল ভাব বা বিষয়কে উপস্থাপন ও প্রকাশ করে। How to write a paragraph. Think carefully about what you are going to write. Select the subject of your paragraph. যে বিষয়ে রচনা করবে সে সম্পর্কে ভাবনা চিন্তা করো। তোমার অনুচ্ছেদের বিষয় নির্বাচন করো। Collect facts and ideas related to the selected topic. নির্বাচিত বিষয় সম্পর্কে তথ্য ও ধারণা সংগ্রহ করো। Organize those facts and ideas in a way that helps you develop the main theme logically. সংগৃহীত সব তথ্য ও ধারণা এমনভাবে সাজাও যেন তা মূল বিষয়টিকে যুক্তিপূর্ণভাবে প্রকাশ করে। While writing, put disparate ideas in different sentences and arrange them in keeping with their importance. অনুচ্ছেদ রচনার সময় বিভিন্ন ভাবনা পৃথক বাক্যে লেখো এবং গুরুত্ব অনুসারে তাদের সাজাও। Frame the paragraph in such a way that the introductory sentences introduce the central idea of the paragraph rather clearly. অনুচ্ছেদটি এমনভাবে গঠন করো যাতে সূচনার বাক্যগুলি কেন্দ্রীয় ভাব বা বিষয়টিকে যথেষ্ট স্পষ্টভাবে উপস্থাপন করে। The body of the paragraph has to be written coherently so that it explains, develops, or supports the main idea by giving more information about it. The concluding sentence should clearly convey what is aimed at. অনুচ্ছেদের মূল অংশটি এমনভাবে লিখতে হবে যে সেটি মূল বিষয়বস্তুকে প্রকাশ, বিস্তার বা সমর্থন করে বিষয়বস্তু সম্পর্কে বিস্তারিত ধারণা দেওয়ার মধ্য থেকে। উপসংহারে বাক্য অবশ্যই মূল লক্ষ্যকে প্রকাশ করবে। Selected examples. 1. Paragraphs on books and authors. Some expressions conducive to writing paragraphs on books and authors. 1. All can be true, but a book cannot. সকলেই বিশ্বাসঘাতকতা করতে পারে কিন্তু বই তা করে না। 2. Books guide us in youth and entertain us in old age. They give us company even in solitude. They help us forget the crassness of men around us. An absorbing book removes disappointment. যৌবনে বই আমাদের পথপ্রদর্শক এবং বার্ধক্যে তা আমাদের মনোরঞ্জনের বস্তু। এটি আমাদের একাকিত্বের সঙ্গী। তারা আমাদের চারপাশের লোকেদের অসারতা ভুলতে সাহায্য করে। একটি মনোগ্রাহী বই হতাশা ভুলিয়ে দেয়। 3. Good books are constant sources of joy and knowledge. They feed hungry minds. They soothe burdened souls. ভালো বই আনন্দ ও জ্ঞানের সবসময়ের উৎস। ভালো বই আকাঙ্ক্ষী মনের খোরাক। তারা আশ্রয় দেয় ভারাক্রান্ত প্রাণগুলিকে। 4. A good book is like a counselor. It is a treasure house of human knowledge and experience. একটি ভালো বই একজন পরামর্শদাতার মতো। সেটি মানুষের জ্ঞান ও অভিজ্ঞতার ভাণ্ডার। 5. When a reader goes through a book with delight, the knowledge gathered from it remains stored in the brain. যখন একজন পাঠক সানন্দে বই পড়ে, তার থেকে সংগৃহীত জ্ঞান তার মস্তিষ্কে সঞ্চিত থাকে। Page 443. 5. A good book throws light on myriad aspects of life. একটি ভালো বই জীবনের অগণিত দিককে তুলে ধরে। 7. Good books teach readers how to deal correctly with various problems of life. Reading helps them understand life better. ভালো বই পাঠকদের শিক্ষা দেয় কেমন করে জীবনের বিভিন্ন সমস্যার মোকাবিলা করতে হয়। বই পড়া জীবনকে আরও ভালোভাবে বুঝতে সাহায্য করে। 8. While reading, a good reader gets deeply engrossed in the book and feels himself to be a part of it. He forgets his own real self and visualizes himself to be one of the characters of the book. ভালো পাঠক যখনই বই পড়ে তখন ধীরে ধীরে সে তাতে ডুবে যায় এবং তার মনে হয় সে যেন ওই বইটার একটা অংশ। সে নিজেকে ভুলে যায় এবং মনে হয় সে কোনো একটি চরিত্রের সাথে একাত্ম হয়ে উঠেছে। 9. Reading is a good habit, but far healthier is the habit of reading good books. পড়া একটা স্বাস্থ্যকর অভ্যাস, তবে ভালো বই পড়া আরও স্বাস্থ্যকর অভ্যাস। 10. Life is short, but art is long. So, right choice of books is important. Quote, some books are to be tasted, others to be swallowed, and some few to be chewed and digested, unquote, stop. Thus, the writer Bacon classifies books. জীবন সংক্ষিপ্ত কিন্তু শিল্পকর্ম দীর্ঘস্থায়ী, সুতরাং সঠিক বই নির্বাচন বিশেষ গুরুত্বপূর্ণ। কোট, কিছু বইয়ের কেবল স্বাদ নিতে হয়, কিছু বইকে গোগ্রাসে গিলতে হয় এবং কয়েকটাকেই মাত্র ভালো করে পড়ে আত্মস্থ করতে হয়। এইভাবে লেখক বেকন বইয়ের শ্রেণী বিভাগ করেছেন। 11. There are many books available in the market. I prefer classics. I believe what Alonso said, quote, age recommends 3 things, old wood to burn, old friends to trust, and old books to read, unquote. বাজারে অনেক বই আছে, আমার পছন্দ ধ্রুপদী সাহিত্য। অ্যালোনসো যা বলেছিলেন আমি তাতে বিশ্বাস করি। কাল 3টি জিনিসের সুপারিশ করে: পুরনো কাঠেই আগুন জ্বালতে হয়, পুরনো বন্ধুদের উপরে বিশ্বাস রাখতে হয় এবং পুরনো বই পড়তে হয়। 12. The classics have stood the test of time. ধ্রুপদী সাহিত্য কালোত্তীর্ণ। 13. Reading of such a book is the most delightful thing in the world. এই ধরনের বই পড়া পৃথিবীর সবচেয়ে আনন্দদায়ক অভিজ্ঞতা। 14. Studying literature makes a reader feel that life is like a river. There are currents of joy and sorrow and something more in it. সাহিত্য পাঠ একজন পাঠককে অনুভব করায় যে জীবন একটা নদীর মতো। সেখানে আছে আনন্দ ও দুঃখের স্রোত এবং তার চেয়েও বেশি কিছু। 15. Literature brings the readers into contact with larger life. It feeds the imagination. It fosters creative faculty. It develops in us a sense of identification with the characters of a book read by them. সাহিত্য পাঠকবৃন্দকে বৃহত্তর জীবনের সংস্পর্শে নিয়ে আসে। এটা কল্পনাকে প্রসারিত করে। এটা সৃষ্টিশীলতাকে লালন করে। এটা পঠিত বইয়ের চরিত্রগুলির সঙ্গে আমাদের একাত্ম করে তোলে। 16. Biographies of great persons teach us about humanity. They tell us that we can also make our life meaningful by following their footsteps. Obviously, reading biographies of great men gives us positive energy. This positive energy is the very driving source of every achievement. After reading biographies of great men, a reader feels that every dream is attainable. It only needs steady determination. মহাপুরুষদের জীবনী পাঠ মানবতার শিক্ষা দেয়। তারা আমাদের বলে যে তাদের পদাঙ্ক অনুসরণ করে আমরাও আমাদের জীবনকে তাৎপর্যপূর্ণ করে তুলতে পারি। স্পষ্টতই মহাপুরুষদের জীবনী পাঠ আমাদের দেয় সদর্থক শক্তি। এই সদর্থক শক্তি প্রত্যেক কৃতিত্বের চালিকা শক্তি। মহাপুরুষদের জীবনী পাঠ করে একজন পাঠক অনুভব করে যে প্রতিটি স্বপ্ন বাস্তবায়িত করা যায়। এর জন্য দরকার কেবল দৃঢ় সংকল্প। 17. Books educate, inspire, and entertain. They are a source of information and enlightenment. They contribute to improving the qualities of a human being. বই দেয় শিক্ষা, অনুপ্রেরণা ও আনন্দ। তারা তথ্য ও আলোক প্রাপ্তির উৎস। মানুষের গুণাবলীর উন্নতি সাধনে তাদের অবদান অনস্বীকার্য। 18. Biographies of great men enliven and ennoble their readers. মহাপুরুষদের জীবনীগুলি তাদের পাঠকদের আলোকিত, উৎসাহিত ও মহৎ করে। 19. Quote, literature is full of perfumes, unquote, comma, says Walt Whitman. Walt Whitman বলেন, সাহিত্য সুগন্ধে পরিপূর্ণ। Next, my favorite subject. Points. Introduction. Its impact upon you. Its educative value. Importance of English in modern world. Conclusion. Of all subjects, English is my favorite one. In recent years, English has become the most important international language. It is very important that one masters it. The utility of English can hardly be ignored. It is an effective lingua franca, lingua or a language for communication. As a subject, it provides an easy access, ACCESS, in the domains of business, science and medicines and other important aspects of life. In a multilingual country like India, it is widely used as a second language and an official language in government offices, legal and judicial matters, and educational institutes. Besides providing pleasure, English is the most widely spoken language of the world. Many stories that I read in the course of my studies and otherwise have helped to open the world for me. I visit different countries even as I remain within the four walls of my room. The poems I read developed my sensitivity. So English is liked by me. It is both, a source of delight and that of information. As a subject, it greatly contributes to the improvement of my personal qualities. Page 444. Word notes. Utility. UTILITY, Karyakarita. Favorite. FAVOURITE, Oti Priyo. Lingua franca, Jogajogir Bhasha. Domains, Elaka. Importance, Gurutto. My favorite author. Points. Introduction. Impact of his books upon you. His style. His specialities as an author. Conclusion. Of all English authors, my favorite is Sir Walter Scott. WALTER SCOTT. Some of his novels are Guy Mannering, Old Morality, Ivanhoe, The Talisman. Stop. Guy Mannering and Old Morality deal with Scotland, and are my favorites. Ivanhoe deals with the English history. The Talisman deals with the continent. The range of Scott is vast as his novels deal with different countries. In my leisure, I pick up one of his novels from my collection. While reading, I get deeply engrossed in the book and feel myself to be a part of the world it presents. I forget my own real self and visualize myself to be one of the characters of the book. Sometimes I get so fascinated that I even cannot hear my mother calling out for dinner. To me, reading of Scott's novels is the most delightful thing in the world. I enjoy his style of narration, freshness and rapidity of action. Naturally, his novels nurture my imagination and sharpen my sensibility. His novels are very realistic and portray people who are more like common men, but with creative abilities. Scott spoke of joys, sorrows, hopes and aspirations of the Scottish people. He created the genre, genre, of romantic historical novel. He blended romance with historical facts. Thus, he recreated the past and projected the present into the former. Every degree of humanity, from kings to clowns, played a part in his novels. Scott is very good at description and action. His novels teach us how to subtly deal with various aspects of life. So, he is my favorite author. Word notes. Sensibility, সংবেদনশীলতা. The continent, Britain অথবা Ireland ব্যতীত সমগ্র ইউরোপীয় মহাদেশ. Range, RANGE. বিস্তার. Rapidity of action, ঘটনা প্রবাহের দ্রুতগামিতা. Nurture, NURTURE, প্রতিপালন করা. Genre, ঘরানা. Every degree of humanity, মানবজাতির প্রত্যেকটি ধারা. Freshness, সজীবতা. Blended, মিশিয়েছিলেন. Pageant -master, PAGEANT -MASTER. ঐতিহাসিক ঘটনাবলী প্রদর্শনে দক্ষ, অ্যাসপিরেশনস আকাঙ্ক্ষাগুলি, choice of books. Points. Introduction. Why is choice a must? How to make a choice. Choice needs maturity of judgment. Conclusion. Books act as a guide in youth and an entertainment in old age. In solitude, they are our best companions. They help us to forget the worries and anxieties. A good book is like a counselor. It is the storehouse of knowledge and experience. There are many books in the market. Quote, some books are to be tasted, others to be swallowed, and some few to be chewed and digested, unquote, dash. Thus, the essayist Bacon, B-A-C-O-N, classifies books. So, choice of books is a must. There are two classes of books. Good books and bad books. The former helps the reader in his intellectual and moral development. We should develop an appetite for them. Bad books pollute juvenile minds and undermine the moral strength of the readers. Common readers usually like to read the novels or popular magazines or travelogues. Children usually like comics and detective or adventure stories. A person's taste for books is actually determined by his educational, social, and cultural background. In the matter of choice, students should be guided by their parents as well as by their teachers. After all, they have greater experience of life and so can give good advice. A reader may begin with the classics because they are the nurslings, N-U-R-S-L-I-N-G-S, of immortality. Undermine, নষ্ট করে, maturity of judgment, বিচার শক্তির পরিপক্কতা, nursling of immortality, অমরত্বের পালিত সন্তান. Reading biography of a great man. Points. Introduction. Task of a true biographer. The personality's influence, his educative value, biographies of some great persons. The biography of a great man is the record of his life, his activities, and his success with steady determination despite a lot of failures. Sometimes, the history of the aspirations and struggles of a whole nation is revealed in the biography of a single person. The task of a true biographer is to record the incidents truthfully. Biographies of great men are teachers of humanity. The readers feel inspired and encouraged to take a determined approach to various problems of life. This positive energy is the driving force of every achievement. After reading the biography of a great man, a reader feels that every dream is attainable. It only needs a strong determination. It is, as if, biographies of great men whisper into the ears of a reader, quote, everything is within you, stop. You can do anything and everything, stop. Remember it, stop, unquote. These words of Swami Vivekananda, of course, nurture our minds. The biography of Abraham Lincoln or Henry Ford is a source of inspiration to the ambitious, Booker T. Washington to the oppressed, J.C. Bose to scientists, Gandhi to statesmen, Swami Vivekananda to the despondent, and that of Sri Ramakrishna to pious people. Biographies of these men serve us as a beacon, B-E-A-C-O-N, to us in our voyage through life. Word notes, aspirations and struggles, ঐকান্তিক আগ্রহ ও সংগ্রাম. Ambitious, উচ্চাভিলাষী, oppressed, নিপীড়িত, despondent, হতাশ, beacon, আলোক সংকেত, voyage through life, জীবনের যাত্রাপথে. My favorite book points. Introduction, writer of the book, story element, moral of the book, its impact upon you, conclusion. Page 445. George, G-E-O-R-G-E, Orwell, O-R-W-E-L-L, says that the supreme test of a good book is its, quote, survival, S-U-R-V-I-V-A-L, unquote, stop. Reading books of various kinds is my passion. When I find time, I read classics. They are the nursling of immortality. Of them, I have read the Mahabharata a lot of times, and every time it leaves an abiding impression upon me. The Mahabharata was originally composed in Sanskrit by Veda Vyas, V-E-D-A-V-Y-A-S. It was composed in Bengali by Kashiram Das. It is an epic of great interest. This book has a very wide appeal. Its story is interesting. Social customs, politics, religious beliefs, representation of class conflict, position of women, etc. are intertwined in it. It is thus a complex study of human psychology. All the motives behind the war of Kurukshetra represent the cause of conflict in the modern world. The defeat of evil is the moral of the epic. Lord Krishna's advice to Arjuna have been enshrined in the sacred book called the Bhagavad Gita and has become an integral part of India's spiritual culture. I get engrossed in this book every time I read it. It helps me to understand men and morals of the modern world. It inspires me to fight for the right with any means at hand. Word notes, survival, টিকে থাকা, passion, আবেগ, abiding impression, দীর্ঘস্থায়ী প্রভাব, reflects, প্রতিফলিত হয়, jealousy, ঈর্ষান্বিত, detected, খুঁজে পাওয়া যায়, get it by fighting, যুদ্ধ করে নেওয়া. My hobby, H-O-B-B-Y, points. Introduction, its necessity, your favorite hobby, its educative value, its impact upon you. The word hobby may have been derived from, quote, hobby horse, unquote, meaning favorite pastime, P-A-S-T-I-M-E. So, hobby is a work in which one indulges in spare time. Hobby offers no monetary benefit, but one derives pleasure from it. Everybody gets tired of the monotony of daily life. They need relaxation. A hobby is an escape from the fever and fret of life. There are many hobbies like gardening, philately, P-H-I-L-A-T-E-L-Y, numismatics, N-U-M-I-S-M-A-T-I-C-S, reading, etc. One adopts a hobby according to one's taste. My favorite hobby is reading novels. A novel presents a pen picture of life, society, or the characters around us. This picture may be drawn from real life or from imagination. Novels may be divided into various genres: social, religious, historical, or detective, DETECTIVE. Sharat Chandra's Pulli Samaj, PALLISAMAJ, is a social novel, whereas Pother Dabi is a political one. Bankim Chatterjee's Raj Singho is a historical novel. Mrs. Stowe's STOWE''S Uncle Tom's Cabin, CABIN, speaks of the evils of slavery. Satyajit Ray's Feluda, FELUDA series belongs to the genre of detective novels. Novels have an educative value. They give us an insight into the habits and customs, likes and dislikes, passions and prejudices of other people. Thus, they widen our intellectual horizon. The novels of Rabindranath Tagore, Bankim Chandra Chatterjee, Sharat Chandra Chatterjee, etc. are the jewels of Bengali literature. The novels of Victor Hugo, HUGO, Charles CHRLES Dickens, DICKENS, Thomas THOMAS Hardy, HARDY are the jewels of English literature. Whenever I find time, I pick up a novel of my choice. Novels, I think, are the sources of joy and knowledge. They feed a hungry mind. My hobby is a means of infotainment, INFOTAINMENT, for me. Word notes: adopt, grohon kore, monetary benefit, arthik labh, numismatics, mudra jomano, philately daktikit jomano, jewels, rotno, infotainment, ekjoge gyan o anondodayok. My best friend points. Introduction. Reasons behind your friendship. How they benefit you. Conclusion. This is the age when, quote, weariness, fever and fret, unquote, prevail. This is the age when we have no time to sit and, quote, hear each other groan, GROAN, unquote, stop. So, instead of human beings, I befriend books. Books are never failing friends of man. When all desert us, books give us company. Books gladden the heart, heal the wounds of the soul, soothe, SWTHE, the unquiet mind, ennoble the life of a person. Books purify our minds and enlarge our vision. All can betray, but books do not. Books serve as a guide in youth and an entertainment in old age. A good book is like a counselor, COUNSELLOR. It highlights the myriad aspects of life. Books inspire and entertain. They contribute to improving the qualities of a human being. So I befriend books. They give me solace in anxiety and sorrow, and fill my leisure time with pleasure. When I read books of great authors, I participate in their thoughts, I laugh and weep with them. I look upon classics as my friends. They teach the universal values of life. They have stood the test of time. Books, my best friends, help me to escape into a wonderland for recreation and enjoyment stop. I prefer reading books to browsing, browsing, on the computer. Word notes. Weariness, fever, fret. Dukkho, যন্ত্রণা, দুশ্চিন্তা. Never failing, বিশ্বস্ত. Personalities, ব্যক্তিত্বগুলি. Heal the wounds, মানসিক চাপ সারায়. Ennoble, মহৎ করে. Enlarge my vision, আমার দৃষ্টিকে প্রসারিত করে. Solace, SOLACE, সান্ত্বনা. Next, item 2, paragraphs on biographies.